Send his ass to the 82nd Airborne. Have him spend a year at the 82nd so he can learn how Big Army works.
The greatest challenge right now is we have a lot of 18 x-rays.
The fact that we have a lot of 18 x-rays, is that a challenge or is that a good thing? I don't think it's a challenge at all. At the end of the day, we need bodies in the regiment. As long as they're trainable, there's nothing that we can't teach them how to do. Let's keep watching.
Straight off the street that definitely come in through assessment and selection or perform better than the active duty population.
Well, that's because the active duty population is full of a bunch of fat pieces of shit that are comfortable with being normal, that are comfortable with being mediocre, right? I remember being in Big Army and all I wanted to do was push myself to get to the next level. And the 18 x-ray population, these are young, hungry individuals that are just looking for a chance to prove themselves. So yeah, they're going to show up to selection and they're going to crush it. Some of the Big Army dudes that were there when I went through, they were just trying to get away from going on deployment. So they showed up fat, out of shape, and within days, they were gone.
They are somewhat overwhelming the operational force, somewhere between 40 to 50%.
That's a big number. Like, what efforts is being put towards recruiting on the Big Army side? Maybe we need to look at that. Maybe we need to do, a little bit less recruiting on the 18 x-ray side and more recruiting on the Big Army side. Maybe that's something that we need to look at. Let's keep watching.
Of a year of action. And the challenge to that is they don't understand necessarily the Army.
I don't think that's a problem at all. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. Like, guys can easily be trained on some of these things. If we're worried about them, implement something in the qualification course to where we make sure those guys understand those staff functions. I know in the 18 Charlie course, guys get a heavy load of S4. But if that's not enough, here's an idea for you, right? You guys can take this and run with it, free of charge. Once a guy graduates the qualification course, instead of sending him to an ODA right away, send his ass to the 82nd Airborne. Have him spend a year at the 82nd so he can learn how Big Army works. He'll probably appreciate group a lot better also.
How does the Army operate? Being able to advise 2 levels up in a deployed scenario. So an ODA is required to advise a battalion command. How do they do that?
Now, majority of the places that we go around the world, their leadership 2 levels up, some of them can't hold water to a freaking private over at the 82nd. So I'm not worried that much on that front, because at the end of the day, we have some of the smartest 18 x-rays coming through the pipeline. Hell, when I was an 18 Charlie instructor, we had a rocket scientist come through. So to tell me that that guy can't figure out how to coach, teach, mentor, advise a foreign commander, I don't believe that for a second. I've also been downrange where it was myself, my Fox, and my captain, and the rest of my team were all 18 x-rays. We went down to Jordan and did work and we crushed it. This is a good problem to have. At least we have bodies in the regiment. Where those bodies come from doesn't matter. We should be able to train those guys up to the level that we want them to be. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Is the 18 x-ray population an issue within Special Forces? Let me know in the comment section below.
Well, oftentimes some of those individuals fall short. They don't understand those staff systems and processes of how the Army functions.